Hey everybody, welcome back to We Are Podcast. This is Camp Slash Horrorcast, Season 4, Episode 13, Popcorn. If this is your first time checking out the podcast network, we appreciate it. Please head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And just a reminder, Camp Slash Horrorcast is a weekly live videocast available on Twitch and YouTube. We go live every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time at twitch.tv/WeArePodcastNetwork and youtube.com/WeArePodcastNetwork. As the Camp Slash Horrorcast is live, I will not be editing the audio for this podcast. So what you saw live is what you get here. Please come watch the stream every Monday at 8 p.m. And if you want to see the previous streams, go check out our Twitch or YouTube channel. And for a full list of future films we'll be watching, please head over to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /WeArePodcast. All links can be found in the description. And with that, on to the Horrorcast.
Camp Slash Horrorcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to Camp Slash Horrorcast, where we talk horror movies from the past every Monday at 8 p.m. Central, even though it is Tuesday at 12:04. I'm your head camp counselor, Duck. I'm here with other head camp counselors. We have Raph, Sarah, Ramirez. Raph, how are you, sir?
Fantastic.
Fuck yeah. Next, we have Miles. I look like a fucking snow cone. Francis, Miles, how are you, sir?
I was doing fine till like 20 seconds ago, and this turned into an intervention for my Coke problem.
No, we'll get you. We'll make sure you clear it up. Next, we have Alex. Without memory, there can be no retribution. Oh, god damn it. We just got a sub or something like that. I'll figure out what it is in a second. Rawton, Alex, how are you, sir?
I'm great, but I got to keep it down because it's past my bedtime.
No doubt, good sir, no doubt. Next, we got Javi. When it screams, our feature beams Virez. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Very nice.
Good to be on the cast again.
And then finally, we got Joey. Lots of extra credit assignments. Johnson, Joey, how are you, sir?
I'm good.
Fuck
I'm
yeah, it
here.
is late at night, guys. We watched the midnight movie known as Popcorn, release date February 1st, 1991, with a running time of 91 minutes, box office $4,205.
I believe it.
Synopsis: a master disguised deranged killer begins killing off the college students who are organizing a horror movie marathon in an abandoned theater.
They should just call that like plot spoiler. That is more than a synopsis. It's so
Yeah,
fucking
that was pretty
Yeah.
much the whole thing. It didn't give away Toby, so we're good. So-
You just did.
Oh, my bad. I fucked up. All right, let's watch a trailer.
Did this movie feel like 120 minutes to anybody else?
I had the exact opposite take, dude. I feel like this is such an easy watch. I love it.
Before the horror of Halloween.
Ooh, before Halloween.
Before the fear of Friday the 13th.
I can't believe they just showed that mask. That really gives it away.
Oh, it totally gives it away. They show the mask at the beginning of the movie and gives it away.
Of a nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, I guess I missed that because I was like
Before
really
they
into it when I saw that.
There was
Funniest effect in the whole movie.
She's showing off.
And also makes zero fucking sense in the overall storyline.
Oh yes.
There's something happening. I've been looking for all of my life. There's smoke. Someone takes her hand. She's running. The same man comes towards her.
Oh, fucking D. Wallace up in here.
I remember the whole thing.
Was that Winona Ryder?
Nope, Jill Sherlin, baby.
What's up, Joey?
Jay.
And they show the killer without his mask.
They give away a
Show the
lot.
whole fucking movie.
And every single kill in them.
That was the whole movie. That was
Go home
Yep.
in a box.
They showed everything except for the cool ass band.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
ska band.
No
Did
wonder they
anyone
only
else
made
make
4K.
popcorn?
Oh shit, it's Jay Popcorn
why you were
McClintock up in here.
late as fuck.
Fucking got it going. All right, guys, what's your history with the movie? Jay, we'll start with you. You've got history.
Yeah,
this
finish
fucking-
with me, baby.
All right, we'll finish with you, baby. All right, who's got history other than Jay? Nobody. Jay, go ahead. Who's got history with the movie? Alex, you said you saw it 3 months ago. Who said they saw it 3
No.
I saw it. I saw it
Wow.
about 3 months ago. Yeah.
Okay.
So This is one that like somehow escaped me. I've seen the poster before, and it's got like one of the coolest movie posters ever, though that trailer was awful because it showed way too much. But during COVID, I got this like really badass poster, or I'm sorry, puzzle, which I don't know if I'm gonna be able to show up on screen, but this is just like tons of classic horror movies, but not like necessarily like the big mainstream ones.
Oh
like
shit, that's pretty dope.
Like B
for
horror.
instance, Popcorn is on this.
Yeah, I
right
see
here
that.
in the corner. Yeah,
Got him right.
So doing this puzzle over COVID, like there's a bunch of movies on here that I've been kind of just like slowly working my way through. And as soon as this one popped up on Shudder, I was like sold. I'm in. And man, I love this movie. Like I watched it 3 months ago. I think I've watched it once in between now and then tonight, just before we podcasted on it. And this is the perfect amount of like, it's not great, but they're just, you can tell everybody making it had a really damn good time.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's a fun watch. It's a quick watch and it's a fun watch. All right. Anyone else got history before we get to Jay? No? All right, Jay, what's your history with popcorn?
Well, it came out. So there's a very popular thing to do back in the 80s and 90s for Super Bowls, where they would go and say, they go to the winning quarterback and go, "What are you going to do now? You won the Super Bowl." And they go like, "I'm going to Disneyland." But they had this amazing TV spot for this movie, which came out, I think, about a month later after the Super Bowl. And they asked the winning quarterback, who was obviously not the winning Super Bowl, and said, "What are you going to go see?" And he goes, "I'm going to go see Popcorn." And then they immediately shifted to this trailer. And this came out in 1991, so it's a 31-year-old movie. And I was like, well, that's really cool. I was in summer camp at the time. I was right around 10 years old. And I was like, I want to see this movie. But I didn't see it. But then about 7 or 8 years later, I was at a video store in Plano called Video Update. And it was like they kind of saw the signs on they kind of like saw what's going on in the world today. And they were like, "Yeah, we're not going to be here much longer." So I went up there and I had popcorn. And I was like, "I want to rent this movie." They go, "How many days do you want to rent it?" And I was like, probably about 3. They're like, "All right, that'll be $2.10. They just already knew that the video store was dying. So I watched it. And, yeah, I loved it. It's got Jill Schoelen. She was in a ton of pretty mundane movies in the late 80s. She was in Cutting Class with Brad Pitt. She was in the Phantom of the Opera remake with Robert Englund. She was in Popcorn, and she was also in the original Stepfather. So she is a very underrated screen queen that had a very small, like, as far as like film career goes. She actually dated Brad Pitt for a little bit in the late 80s, and then she just kind of went the way of the dodo. So she was like, she had her fun, and then all of a sudden she was just never heard of again. But this is probably her.
She died?
This is probably her final movie of that entire era. It might have been one of her last like film roles, period. And what a great movie to end on.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
And that's the brunette, I take it, the main character,
Maggie.
Yeah, she's right there on the poster. She's literally the main character.
Yeah, she's pretty okay in this movie. I would say there's somebody else who steals the movie. We'll get into the discussion here.
Enjoying this episode? Go check out Geekster, a dating and friends app for geeks that focuses on common interests as a way to make meaningful connections. Download today on the App Store or click the link in the description to find out more. Geekster, this is what happens when nerds collide. Geekster, available on iOS and Android.
Yeah, Popcorn begins with a bunch of with a nightmare scene, I guess you should say, where you get to hear Sarah played in slow motion.
Oh, very Twin Peaks David Lynch.
Yes,
absolutely. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
On that vibe. And yeah, the dream goes into it, and then we get to see Dee Wallace and her sweet titties, because Dee Wallace is the shit, and she's smoking hot. And she played everyone's mom in the 80s and 90s, didn't she? Isn't that kind of like the role that she was born to play?
Absolutely, I would totally agree. She was in what was it, Cujo?
Yeah.
Cujo, E.T.
And every other movie too. She
was born, I believe, in 1948. So
was
like
she
my
a scream
parent-
queen too?
yeah, but like my parents, like I was a little bit older. Like I mean, not I was a little bit older. My parents were a little bit older when they had me. My mom was 33. My dad was 32. And so Dee Wallace Stone, she's in this movie. Oh, I always like watch movies like Cujo and a few other ones where she's definitely a little bit older. It's like, okay, well, I'm in that wheelhouse. But yeah, she's definitely there. She was like about 42, 43 when this movie came out. And it was like she had her run, but then obviously her star kind of faded a little bit.
Yeah, but she's still
dude,
smoking hot.
Dude, this is her today. Like this is this year. Like that's pretty impressive.
She can
honestly.
still get it.
Yeah.
Somebody look that up.
I'm looking at her too.
Yeah, she's probably like, I'm guessing.
She said 1948. I'm like, would I?
What's her actual birthday? Does anyone know? What's her
December
actual
14th, 1948. She's 73 years
Damn,
old.
Joe, you were on top of that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I know, man. Like I'm not trying to move the room down, but like I just like it's obviously I'm the birthday guy. It's one of my little autistic things, I guess. But yeah, she was amazing. If we should definitely do Cujo at some point on the cast because that is a phenomenal. It's one of the probably top 5 best Stephen King adaptations to the screen. Period. But yeah, just Jill Schoelen, dude, what a powerhouse acting job she does in this movie. She runs it. She's the main character, and it almost feels like she knew like she was going to leave the film industry pretty soon after this, when I think it shows.
I like her squeaky voice. She's got that like raspy Demi Moore kind of voice where she's talking and all of a sudden she starts rasping it up. I thought
like preview. I can't even say it. My bad.
A prepubescent boy.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly
Wow.
what I to.
What did I walk into?
But no, she's very good in this movie. But like I said, she's overshadowed by one of the strongest performances and or worst performances in this movie, which would be that of Toby. And Toby, who, spoilers, is the bad guy, is abundant in energy and overacting. I don't know how to say it. So the history of that character, Jay, you want to go into that a little bit too?
Well, it's Tom Villard, right? That's his his real name. Well, Tom Villard, the only other movie I have any reference from of him at this time was One Crazy Summer, which is one of the Cusack classics of the 80s. You got Better Off Dead, you got One Crazy Summer, and you got Say Anything. Those are the 3 big John Cusack movies of the 80s. And when he was just a high school kid doing this thing. Tom Villard played the brother of Bobcat Goldthwait in One Crazy Summer. Also, Tom Villard was, and we're going to use the word "was" a lot in this cast. He was actually a very openly gay man, and during the production of this movie, he was dying of AIDS, and he went on Entertainment Tonight during the production of this movie, telling everybody, he's like, "Yes, I have AIDS, and yeah, I need help." And a lot of y'all may or may not like. Joe, like you're born in the 90s, right?
Yeah, 90. Well, I'm born.
Yeah, and then Alex, you're born in 95, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, late 80s, early 90s, like if you told the world you had AIDS, it was basically like a death sentence for your career if you were in the entertainment industry.
Magic Johnson, dude.
Oh, dude, but Magic Johnson was like, he was the bridge.
They were wearing like referees. I remember when that happened. Referees were wearing like gloves. It was like
Absolutely.
COVID. It was like masks. Like they didn't want to touch the basketball after him.
Absolutely. They called the AIDS the gay virus. All this other stuff. And I was, this movie came out when I was 10, but even then it was absolutely very taboo. We didn't know anything about AIDS. And Tom Villard, he's in this movie where he's the bad guy in a horror movie. And so Tom Villard, he was dying of AIDS this time. He died, I think, 3 or 4 years later after this movie, but no one gave him a job. They were so terrified, quote unquote, to give him a job. I'm not gonna say they were right or whatever, but he was definitely pigeonholed. He was outwardly gay. He was proud of it.
He was in the Army now, and also, did you say Shakes the Clown? Because that's another Bobcat.
Absolutely, that's very true. Yeah, he was in Shakes the Clown.
Wait, was he in the Army now with Pauly Shore? Who
he played kind of a bit part. He was like a salesman in that movie, but like I think I'm not mistaken. I think that might have been his last role because he died in 1995 or 1994.
How much money did this movie make, Doug? Did you say?
Not enough to cure AIDS.
I was just gonna say, what a way to sell movie tickets. I got AIDS. Go watch my fucking movie.
Yeah, dude. They're in the movie. They're like just trying to save the film department. Surely a guy dying is gonna raise more money than that, right?
Well, think about it. Like all the things you have to do to make a movie, all the different like bureaucratic red tape you have to do, and Tom Villard not only did he get to be in this movie where they knew he was dying of AIDS, he got to be the villain. This movie is extremely progressive for 1991. Trust me, 31 years ago.
You can tell he tried his heart out on that. He was on that stage really acted his fucking ass off, dude. Tom Villard steals this movie.
Is it too much acting or is it just the right amount?
I think it was too much. The one who steals the movie is actually the tenant that is Toby's tenant. I thought he was phenomenal.
Oh, you mean the landlord?
The landlord.
Yeah,
it's a B movie, so overacting is exactly what you wanted,
right?
If you want to talk overacting, I don't know like her actual voice, but Kelly Jo Minter, the one that played the black girl, was horrible. So over the top and I looked it up. I was like, is she actually black? Because it was so over the top. First off, she's from Jersey. She's from Jersey, so like some of that checks out. Right, but I was just waiting. I was waiting so hard for it to be Toby in blackface, just doing that over the top black girl character.
Dude, I love the scene though where like she has she's handling like the big like thug bully dude, and she's like, "You would never hit a woman." I've been waiting to hear you say that. That's such a great scene with her, dude.
Well, at the time, Kelly Jo Minter would just come off of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5. Came out in 1989, around July, August 89. She was not only Lisa Wilcox's best friend in the movie, she was also one of the few that survived the movie. So at the time, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 had Kenza Ghost playing Kincaid, which is, we obviously love Dream Warriors. That's a great movie. But Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5, Kelly Jo Minter, she'd come off of summer school a couple years earlier. She was in, yeah, absolutely. She was in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5. She was Lisa Wilcox's best friend. She lives, so she had a little bit of clout going into this movie, and then she also survives this movie as well. So she had a little bit of that, that big dick energy going into this movie because she was like, I've done some things. And I think it was pretty, I think it was pretty deserved. She might have overacted a little bit, but, she had her chops. And then 8 months after this movie, she did one of the greatest horror movies of all time, People Under the Stairs.
She survived that too.
So I'm saying she had some clout. She definitely had some clout, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I like the theater. It felt like the Texas theater, which me and Alex and Jay went to recently. It had that feeling of just like they say, like it's a theater to be condemned and torn down. It felt like that. Now, I don't believe they fixed it up in a montage. Like it would have taken much more work than that.
Was it
80s montage? Come on.
90s montage, bro. 90s montage.
My bad.
Was the theater haunted? That's what I didn't understand.
Okay, why does the marquee drop all the letters off of it and then it says possessor? That makes no sense. Because that her?
One of the producer's friends showed them a cool trick that they learned and he had to put it in the movie.
That's exactly.
Was it the acid? She was hallucinating the whole time.
Well, that's why maybe she was so worked up that she thought it said possessor. That's like it makes no sense within the scope of the rest of the movie, but it is.
Can we say possessor's a better name than the grabber?
Yes,
yeah, for sure.
It's just right there. It's at the
Call
same
back.
fucking list.
Possessor's probably a better name than popcorn, but hey, popcorn's a fun name.
Dude, popcorn is a great name, dude.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, I mean, you look at the time, like all we ever think about when it comes to movie theaters, obviously in the late 80s, early 90s, it's popcorn. So, like, they just said, fuck. And this movie got a little bit of a release. How much did it make, Duck?
It was like 4,500 or 4,500,000. I might have read it wrong.
You said 4,000, which was hilarious.
It was 4,205,000. That's what it meant.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, granted, we just didn't have that many theaters back then. I mean, I couldn't tell you I guess in 1991, the biggest movie of all time was probably E.T. Yeah, I would say it was probably E.T. So you don't get much bigger movies, but the fact that this little movie got a little release, it made $4 billion. It's like whatever. That's probably in line with most of the Jill Schoelen on brands. She always came this close to being a scream queen, and this is what I mean by that. So she was in Stepfather, which was a pretty fun little series of movies. And then she was in Cutting Class with Brad Pitt. Then she was in Family Opera, where Robert Englund played the Phantom of the Opera. Like, he was trying to, I guess, to some extent, trying to get away from the Freddy Krueger role. And then she finally went out with Popcorn. So she never quite got to that formidable scream queen status. But now, 30 years later, we're doing movies about her. So, like, it was like she was investing.
I like the idea of her watching this and being like, "Fuck yeah, my time has come.
I made it.
I made it." Yeah,
I like the idea of this being a remake.
A remake of what?
Like now, like if they remade it now.
Oh man, Popcorn as a remake. I like that idea, Raph. I like that idea a lot.
So we got to talk about.
I'm a big fan of the idea of turning mediocre movies into better remakes.
Let's
I like
go
that
the other
too.
direction
I like that
and,
too.
like, let's us like split to like rent out a gymnasium and make like $100 version of this movie. I've got a lot of Halloween decorations. I'll donate. We can make this happen.
Do it. The movies within the movie I like quite a bit. Man, Squeedo.
I'd rather watch that one.
The Electric
I was gonna
Man.
say some of those movies looked cooler than the actual.
Yeah. The actor who was playing the electrified man, he was just like, I think we gotta go. I thought he was fucking
retarded
awesome.
too.
Yeah, he was fucking awesome.
For the longest time, I thought that was William Forsythe.
He's got a little bit of a Scream King kind of remake himself. He was the guy who got fucking ripped in half by the car in Christine, the John Carpenter movie.
A good one, yes.
And I haven't seen The Tingler yet, but The Tingler was in Black Phone, which we watched last week, and they said I was reading something about how the electric guy or whatever was an ode or nod to not Black Phone, to The Tingler also. So,
from Popcorn? That's amazing.
Yes. So what it is the Tingler had the electrified chairs. So whenever people would watch the movie, The Tingler in the audience, they would electrify the seats.
I'm pretty sure they just vibrated for what it's worth. It
yeah,
made you think you're getting electrocuted.
You're right. They didn't actually zap them the way they did it. It was just to scare people. But like it was during that time that they were doing, like in 3D arama or whatever it is. And this movie, that's what I like about it, is it does bring back that sci-fi 50s and early horror movie kind of thing where they did whatever they could, like during The House on Haunted Hill, the original Vincent Price movie, when the skeleton shows up at the end out of the vat of acid, they would actually dangle skeletons throughout the audience and stuff like that. So they would do cool things like that back in the day to get people into the movies. They come out in outfits and like chase them if they were monsters. Bobby Frisky told the story about, Night of the Slithis. They had the Slithis costume in the movie theater and they wore it during the movie. So it was just this fun way to get people more involved in the movies. And that's, when you watch the audience in this movie and how much fun they're having, I'm like wishing I was with an audience like them, because it's the perfect horror movie audience. Like they're dressed up. That guy's got the puking double head. all the cool stuff that's going on. So it's
You
just
gotta respect a movie that knows exactly what it is. It's a B movie featuring fake B films in it. It's it's a self-aware movie, except it's kind of got that Scream kind of I know what you did last summer thing, except the like the characters don't know they're in the tropes of a horror movie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's
it's not as self-aware.
Yeah, it's definitely an early meta movie though.
It's also very respectful to like its audience. It knowing what it is, it like really pays homage to its audience in a way. I really liked it. Like the crowd that was in the movie theater feels super authentic. I mean, it's exactly what a midnight movie would be like.
I feel like the majority really cool. of us would be stoked to go to a event like this. Like that would be something that all of us would be like, hell yeah, let's make a paper mache head or something.
Like I felt like I could like point at the audience and be like, oh, that guy's me right there, you know?
Right.
Oh, I imagine every time Miles goes to the theater and eats acid, it's like this.
Well, to answer a lot of y'all's questions is like, so let's look at the movies that came out after this. So this movie came out in, I believe, Doug, check the release date for me.
February 4th, 1991, I believe I said.
Okay, so here we go.
1st,
all right, here's your lesson. So I believe it was 1991, September or October. Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare came out. That was the final Freddy's Nightmare movie until, whatever.
New Nightmare.
3 years later. 2 years later, Jason Goes to Hell came out in like August. Like this movie kind of like it kind of saw the end of the slasher genre. It's a little meta that way, that I kind of knew that like everything was we know that it's kind of coming to an end. And then all of a sudden, 5 years later, Scream came out.
Well, can we talk about the kills in this movie? They weren't bad. The mosquito through that guy in the beginning was pretty solid.
Yeah, the mosquito.
Yeah, the man Squeedo went right through him.
The man Squeedo, boom.
These were definitely kills to where, like, if you saw this with an audience, people would be going like,
for sure.
Shit.
And they were designed that way too. Yeah.
When she kisses the guy and she bites
that
off
was
his
crazy.
lips, and then he kills her and then he puppets her and she's like, shh.
Bro.
Yeah.
Movie.
The movie, dude.
I thought that
I even really liked the corniest one, which I think was the electric chair one, where he like gets strapped to the thing.
That was the best. That's the best scene, though.
I love it. Yeah, like the tension they build with the lights is amazing.
Even let's talk about how they killed Toby. He kills Toby with the mosquito and electricity.
And electric,
the stench has nothing to do.
Well, if you count the fact that it was the mosquito's proboscis or whatever, it's his nose. I guess you could add a stench. So all three happens, where it's the mosquito, the stench, and the electricity. So I figured all three played into it.
If I can say one thing about if I could say one thing about Toby, 10 minutes in the movie, I did right. Toby is retarded.
he's exuberant. I get that.
The man's going through chemo, Raph.
Well, yeah. No. But he was also
Jesus Christ.
He was very like the same way, very excitable in One Crazy Summer, where obviously. Have you ever seen One Crazy Summer? Anybody?
Yeah.
No.
What?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so Miles, yes. Well, he plays the brother of Bobcat Goldthwait. And in the movie, he gets his ass kicked. And Bobcat Goldthwait gets really pissed. And as a result, they find a Ferrari and fuck it up, which helps the team win. But again, I don't know if that has anything to do with like the way he feels about his brother, but the other thing about this movie is that it also came out the same year as another movie, which dealt with themes of homosexuality and mutilation, and that movie was Silence of the Lambs. This movie came out the exact same year as Silence of the Lambs. However, at the same time, I think that, obviously Jonathan Demme was on top of his game. And I think that, they went a different way, but no one knew. Like the mainstream didn't know that, you know, Toby, the actor playing Toby, was really dealing with this at the time. And I think that a lot of it had to do with his with the shame he had at the time, because like he really thought he was gonna die like within like any month. He really did. He said
like he would go to school and wear that makeup. That's what I found odd. As a kid, he had to wear this prosthetics.
Yes.
Like, so he had a normal life, right?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But it's the having to put it on every day and knowing what the true monster is underneath it. You know what I mean?
That was very meta. Where he was like, yeah, like I don't know how long he had I don't know how long he knew he had AIDS before this movie, but he was just like, yep. Like in Entertainment Tonight in 1991, he was like, yep, I have AIDS, and I need help, and people will not work with me. Like it was a cry for help for him.
Yeah. But no, like
sure.
The character. Real quick, if I could, Duck. Sorry, I thought it was interesting though that Jay brought up that Silence of the Lambs came out the same year, because I think that kind of furthers your point that you made earlier, that Popcorn really is kind of a like a send off to the slashers, and the Silence of the Lamb is so vastly different from the slashers that we were getting at that time. It really shifted that where we were in horror and in that decade.
Yeah, absolutely.
My favorite kill in this one had to be that toilet bomb.
Toilet bomb!
We're moving around.
Awesome.
We have some takes.
Yeah, toilet bomb. Dude. How about him pissing on his leg right before? Dude,
that was the best.
Be honest. Have you ever had somebody?
That's actually how you spread the AIDS.
Have you ever had anyone piss on your leg before? I'm just saying. It's not fun.
No.
It's not a pleasure.
I pissed on my own leg.
Yeah, pissed on my own leg a lot.
All right, well, let's talk about Toby. Is he over the top, or is he perfect for this movie?
He's perfect for this movie.
Absolutely perfect.
You haven't talked
absolutely perfect.
Both.
Got Hobbs.
I just love how fucking theatrical he was. I love that everything was a big show and spectacles. Like one day I want to be the star of our town, kind of like over the topness. I really like that in The Killer.
And at the end of it, he wanted the audience's approval. He was like, "You want me to kill her, huh? Come on."
He was like, "Did anybody more sinister Gallagher?" And I appreciated that.
Yeah.
Did anybody else see Jim Carrey at the end?
What? Jim Carrey was in there?
Yeah. No, like his performance was.
Were you high?
Well,
very high.
No, I mean,
dude, when he put on that mask and he had a yellow suit all of a sudden, it was weird.
Showtime.
Yeah, I mean, like, I only have, like, literally, I only know this movie and The One Crazy Summer for Tom Ballard, as far as I know. And he went from, the brother of Bobby Goldthwait in that movie, and then all of a sudden he's the bad guy in this, but his whole transition in this from, just one of the Scooby Gang to becoming one of the, obviously the killer. It was very dramatic, and I think it kind of related to his life. And I think that, I think you're right though. I think
I didn't see it coming. I didn't think he was the killer at all. That threw me off.
To be fair, I didn't see it coming either. In fact, I was kind of like, "This is stupid." That's how much I didn't see it coming. I was like, okay, this is the twist.
Yeah.
All right, let me hear him monologue for a half hour about why, which I was fine with that. Once everything was said and done,
I am glad they twisted their way out of the father thing though, because there's after I hate that so much with post Star Wars era of just the easy way out with even Batman, a lot of where how small are these worlds where there's always a father, always a relative. I like that they got their way out of that, but there was a lot of it felt like unnecessary shit like that for sure.
But at the same time, guys, okay, think about it. It's 30 years ago, 1991. No internet, nothing. So today, you're like, oh, if Tom Ballard said he was gay with AIDS. But no, it's true.
Go ahead, Jay.
I'm good with this.
I'm sorry, Game with Ace got me.
Y'all would know about it immediately. 1991, you wouldn't, because obviously there was no internet. And guess what? Who gives a shit? He did this movie. He crushed, did his thing. I haven't heard of a single like civil suit or anything where anyone was like, they were like, oh, well, he was close to me. That was a real fear. That's a real fear for a lot of actors back in the early 90s. They'd be like, oh, well, you know, they happen to be on the set with us.
What really bothered me about this fucking film was it haunted or not?
Am I fucking what's up? Anyways, what's up?
Who are you talking to?
What's up?
All right, go ahead, Raph. What are you saying?
No, I was just saying it really bothers me if it was haunted or not. Because at the end, if Toby was the one doing all the killings and all this stuff, there was no hauntings, right?
No, dude. There was no supernatural.
It was just a well-timed earthquake.
Her dreams were just trauma.
Yeah.
Her dreams were just trauma. That was the only seemed like it could have been superficial, and it was just her trauma of the experience. It was her memory coming back of what happened so many years ago.
He wasn't doing a Freddy Krueger on her either, because that was another thing. She kept seeing him.
I think that was just her trauma, though.
Yeah, I agree. I think that was, I think Joey's dead on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they had a movie with the ritual sacrifice, and that was a horrible student movie. Now that movie sucked.
Which movie? The Possessor?
Yeah, the movie that like Toby used as his like homage for it. And did you notice how like he didn't even stab or he didn't even do his thing like the same way? Like that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Alex, what do you think of the movie overall? You said you didn't like it.
No, I loved it.
Oh, who said they didn't like it?
No, I said I couldn't
just
wait to talk about
Raph
it.
said he didn't like
Raph,
No,
I loved it.
I actually loved this movie. It was pretty fun.
I loved the overacting. I loved all the kills. I loved the soundtrack for the movie. I loved the characters, even though a lot of them were like bad actors. I think this is perfect. This is a perfect get drunk with your friends and watch
For
it.
sure,
Like a party movie. Yeah. I would own this movie next to. I think this is a great Halloween movie too.
Yes,
This movie made me sad. This movie made me sad. I couldn't smoke weed. Like this is the movie that made me sad. I'm on probation.
I was
Joey. Can you not smoke weed right now or what?
Probation. No, so I ate mushrooms.
Gotcha. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's a fun movie. I like the shots of the audience reacting to the movies. I like the fake movies. I like when the guy gets his brain sucked out. That was great.
Dude, yes, the mosquito
fake movies were great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Also the stench being like an Asian dubbed like
yeah.
film type, like feeling like old King Kong Godzilla. Like that ruled.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. And then just the whole premise of it, like you guys said, we would totally be there at that midnight movie. We'd be chilling. We'd be having fun with it. Raph, you got a list of things? I know you've been going down them.
Yeah, one of the things that the films being shown reminded me of was the Grindhouse movies.
Yeah,
I know it was after, but that's what I thought about. It was pretty dope.
No. Grindhouse movies were before this, so that's totally what they were doing.
Yeah, he's acting for your shit talking notes, they're very good though. Raphael, not bullshit. Your shit talking notes was like. He's got a point. He's asking for your shit talking notes. Let's hear it.
Yeah, Raph, bust out them shit talking notes.
Okay. Well, I hated the actress. She was horrible in this. I hated the soundtrack. It was not fun.
You like reggae music?
Bro, I looked up if that was a real band.
You like the whole reggae band?
Was
Wait,
awesome.
was it a real band?
Dude, I read
it was
about
a real
that.
band. That was absolutely a real band. They were like, they showed up to the production. They were like, you're gonna play this whole set in this theater. They're like, okay. And so they did it in front of all these extras, and they're like, okay, they just did a set. They just did it, and y'all saw it. Y'all saw the clips from it, but they're like, okay, cool. So they did their set, they got paid, and they left.
Well, the whole movie was filmed in Jamaica. That's why they ended up getting the band. So
yeah, I love the idea of a reggae Halloween party too. That's going on my list of things to do.
Just didn't understand why these white people were listening to reggae in the suburbia.
White people like reggae?
Again, a progressive movie. A progressive movie
on Halloween. The single black girl in it just fucking bothered the shit out of me because they had to have her say the black lines.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was over, very, very over. But then again, I looked it up. She's from Jersey and spent her life in like juvenile, like in a child's home in Jersey. So she was pretty.
She wasn't even acting. It sounds like.
Kelly Jo Minter. Okay, again, she was in Summer School. She was in Down Now She Brought 5. She was in People on the Stairs. Kelly Jo Minter just she had her little niche back in the late 80s, and she did pretty good with it. But I mean, I can't expand on how they cast her, but that was your roles.
So then the film says "Do not open," and those fucking white people open it.
Well, that tracks. We do that type of shit.
Yeah, it's
that makes sense. That actually is on point.
Yeah, that's what our people
know. How many times
we're like, you can tell me what to do with them. Fucking
You know how many times I removed the "Do not remove" tag on a couch?
Like it's.
You won't find a mattress I've owned with a fucking tag still on it. That's for sure.
No doubt.
So then, I did like when she went downstairs and the lights went out, and then she started getting scared, and then Toby got her. That was a pretty cool scene.
Well, we didn't even talk about Mark, like the fucking boyfriend.
I hated Mark, bro. I was about to get to him.
All right, Mark keeps getting his ass kicked. I thought that was great. The one thing I liked about this
5
movie,
times I counted this time.
He gets his ass kicked 5 times. Okay, but here's the thing: for a male protagonist to get his ass kicked 5 times, another thing that was like, boom, very landmark for this movie. He gets his ass kicked so much in this movie. I mean, like he's not like that's again ahead of its time. All right.
Dude, I will say I would have been completely satisfied if the conclusion of this film was that like it was all happening in his like very traumatized head.
Like his
essentially
CTE.
this was CTE, yes.
Yeah. He's just strapped to a chair.
I was hoping when he took out the possessor, it would be an accident, like him falling over something, or because like he's like got fucked up 5 times, and then suddenly this man can scale a whole theater like he's fucking Spider-Man. Suddenly he has the most luck ever.
Can you imagine if they changed it from reggae to like Benny Hill music though? I think that would have really
Totally, dude. That's fucking awesome. I didn't think about that. He did have much luck on the fucking climbing the sign, though. That cracks me up. But then he knocks over the boxes and throws down the man's Squeedo, and then possessor's out. So, what else you got, Raph? What other shit notes or whatever Jay called them? Talking notes or
when the mom was talking, she had tape over her fucking mouth, but you can hear.
Okay, the cast alone, where he put her with the gun pointing out still was one of the most ridiculous things of this movie, and I fucking loved it. And
it's
then
like
I
Spiral,
really thought,
dude. Like it's like the Chris Rock Saw movie.
Yeah. At the end with the with Samuel L. Jackson, you mean?
Yeah. How he's like puppeted to like look like he's pointing the gun at his son or whatever.
Yeah, it
or
was
the
ridiculous.
cops.
Jay, where'd you go?
Maybe to throw up.
Oh, okay, maybe.
there are things like that in this movie that I like question at first, though, like the cast, how he has her in that cast. It's like ridiculous, but you're having so much fun with the movie. It's like, who gives a shit? I mean, like I know I kind of contradict myself a lot, but I will just forget about shit like that if I'm having a good enough time.
Can we talk about Dr. M, the Monopoly man, just disappearing from the plot?
Yeah, was he involved with it? Was he the second player of like, because he acts like he doesn't know Toby. He calls him Tony or something like that. And then he comes back through. He's like, oh yeah, Toby. And then Dr. M, he had all the stuff. And then he had the do not open canister, which the white people open once again. And he had to have been like, there's no way Toby could have got around and done all that stuff while watching the projection booth.
But then we hear nothing else of the guy.
The director's cut shows where he dies. I don't know. I never mind.
Yeah, he had to have been the second player. It had to have been a Scream situation where there were two killers. That's the way I kind of looked at it.
Well, no, he finished the job. They did the montage. They fixed the theater.
Montage.
They were using his costumes, and he did his thing. They didn't need to kill him. He got paid. He left.
He collected his check and bounced.
That guy was in a bunch of movies in the early '90s too. I can't think of any, but he's definitely.
Where's Jay? Actor. Jay, tell us.
Yeah, we need Jay back. There he is.
Did the Monopoly Man have AIDS?
Did
and was he dying of it?
Jay, Mr. M, Dr. M, what do you know about him?
M.
What's that? Which question? Sorry.
The actor, Dr. M, who played the old man who brought all the props. What do you know?
Never showed back up in the movie.
Well, I think that's just one of those things when it comes to old movie hats where you go, well, like who cares? It's a little bit of mystery. Dude, this obviously we all talk about it. This is a B movie, and
it's an A
here's my thing. I think even the people who made this movie were like, "Holy shit, this is getting a theatrical release," but it got it. They made, obviously a very small sum, but they were like, "Yeah, it's your thing."
I think he was a red herring. He was supposed to kind of put you off the trail. You were supposed to think that he was evil.
Oh, you're right.
So it
is who's the biggest actor in this movie?
The landlord.
You're all about that landlord rap.
I would say D. Wallace.
What's that?
Yeah, D. Wallace
would be my.
I would say Mentor.
Who's Mentor?
The black girl.
Doctor.
Oh
yeah, I think you might be.
Oh, College of Mentor. Oh, who said that?
Hobby did.
I did. That was me.
Hobby, I think you're onto something.
Yeah,
great minds.
I think you might be right.
That's it. That might be because she did this movie. She kind of phoned in this movie, and that's okay. That's okay because this is the movie between Nightmare Street Part 5 and People on the Stairs. Both directed by Wes Craven. Not both directed by Wes Craven, but one was a Wes Craven property, and she got to go into People on the Stairs, which was actually directed by Wes Craven. So you think about that, she's probably a little cocky. I don't mind it.
But does she show her boobs in that?
No need.
No need for the titties.
No need.
Jay, do you know how much we're appreciating how drunk you are right now?
I am. Look, here's the deal, guys. Can I? Oh, fuck.
It just hit him.
Guys, I can't tell you how much I love the fact that we're doing these midnight podcasts. This is such a good idea.
Okay, so can I just be on the fucking front with you guys?
Yes.
I rarely get to expose myself as drunk to my friends or my coworkers, like Duck. But yeah, I had a very long week, and tonight we had first Monday. It was a lot of fun, but yeah, I wanted to let loose a little bit tonight.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And, I was there for that.
And I got to hang out with all my buds. And yeah, I drank.
Do another shot and then puke and rally for the clips.
But I'm a fun drunk. I'm not a mean drunk.
You're a knowledgeable drunk, sir.
You come at me with some popcorn knowledge, I'm gonna fuck you up. You try to fucking correct me. But here's my thing. I'll say this much, man. I love horror movies. And with a movie like Popcorn, if that's gonna be my first midnight movie with you guys, dude, you couldn't pick a better movie for me to just love with you guys.
I totally agree.
All right, we're done with the conversation.
That was beautiful.
We're gonna move on to clips because no one is going to top what Jay just fucking said and how he just fucking said it. So
agreed.
Like here's my thing. This movie came out in 1991. I was 10 years old. I love this movie, and the fact that I get fucking 6 of you assholes to just watch this, and we can just discuss it on any level. seriously, 10-year-old Jay would have been like, no one's going to give a shit about this when you're 41. Like, he would have even said it. But anyway.
Any level, Jay. Any level.
All right, guys. Let's go down to see if we recommend this movie. Jay, I can already say you recommend it wholeheartedly. So
don't speak for me.
Oh, my bad. Bam! Bitch slapped me.
Don't speak for me.
All right, do you recommend it, Jay?
I think it's a slightly underrated gem for 1991. So, it's cool. I'd say, if you ever come, fuck yeah, love it.
I can't wait till Jay takes his mask off and it's Toby.
Holy shit. The greatest ruse ever. I'm still alive. Yeah, you said it, not me. That's your ruse. Hey,
all right, Raph, do you recommend it?
Yeah, this is a movie I recommend. I recommend you watch it with Jay. Get him a couple drinks. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I agree.
He's gonna fuck you up with that knowledge.
Put that on a T-shirt. That was beautiful.
That was. I would have been quoting that for the next few days.
Yeah. Hobby, do you recommend the movie?
Fuck yes, especially now after that and this cast with Jay. Yes, absolutely. I recommend this movie. It's a fun watch.
Fuck yeah, Alex, do you recommend the movie?
Absolutely. I love this movie. I'm already looking to buy it.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Does anyone know where we can actually buy the movie? Like online?
It's probably not on Blu-ray or anything. I don't know.
It is on Blu-ray. You can
Whoa.
get it
No
on Blu-ray
way.
right now for like $23. Yeah.
As it deserves.
Yeah.
Miles, do you recommend it?
Dude, I would be afraid not to at this point.
Wow.
No, I absolutely love this movie. I said it earlier, man. I not only that, I think we as a group should try to get like a Halloween, like actual, like together watch party type of situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
And this
That'd
would
be amazing.
That gem.
Do it at the Improv.
All right.
Hell
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Joey, do you recommend it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I love, like I said, I love the meta. I love the films within the films. And once off probation, I'm going to get high as hell and watch this.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Hey everyone, it's just Duck jumping in here real quick to say thank you so much for checking out the podcast today. If you're enjoying it, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, or iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And just so you know, the next section of the podcast will be clips from the movie, so you can find replays of the live video stream at twitch.tv/We Are Podcast Network and youtube.com/We Are Podcast Network. Once again, all links can be found in the description. Come check out our live stream every Monday at 8 p.m. And for a full list of future films, check out our social media. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at /We Are Podcast. And with that, back to the Horrorcast. All right, let's get to some clips of this bad boy. Weird dream.
Dude, I think we had a really fucking great time with this cast.
I love how all of her dreams start off with a Challenger exploding.
So David Lynch.
So David Lynch.
Why did you name your character Sarah?
I was confused. I thought her name was Sarah, then it ended up being Maggie. So I was like, all right.
I don't know.
Dee Wallace, though, right?
Jill Schoelen, though, dude. What a fucking scream queen.
Hey, what about that house, though? Fuck.
Dude, Jill Schoelen, I think, has more Scream Queen credits than Jamie Lee Curtis.
Whoa.
Damn straight.
That's a
They can
bold
both get
statement,
it.
sir. Interesting.
No, I really do.
Toby's idea.
Because Toby's come up with a great idea.
Raph, I see what you mean about when you first thought about Toby.
He's fucking
Oh, well, wait a minute. What makes you think people are going to pay $6 to see some crappy old movie they wouldn't even rent for 99 cents?
Because you can't see mosquito.
Dude, that perm is crisp.
3D.
I was going to say, the scariest thing is every dude in the film, every one of them has a perm, dude. It was so easy for Toby to pretend to be all of them because he has the same hair.
Yeah.
Hey, who directed this movie?
I don't know, but I'll find out.
Let's go look at that.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me pull it up.
Whoa, well, here we
Never
go.
mind. I cannot.
Look at
give me
look
1
at
second.
Duck's notes. Fucking just sprawled out.
All right.
Mark Carrier.
Like you said,
Damn,
dude,
fucking Joey got it first. Mark Carey, you said?
Yep.
Mark Curry, Mr. Cooper.
I guess.
Did you say Mr. Cooper?
You said Mark Curry. Someone said Mark Curry. I'm sorry, guys.
We can't get
All right, Dr. M.
festival ready in 3 weeks.
Yes, you can. Because I am here to help you.
Yes. Cornelius Bonwalla.
Oh, that's the guy from
I
Popeye.
forgot
That's Ray.
all about this dude.
That's Ray. That's what's his name? Ray Winston, I believe.
Is he actually the biggest actor in this film? But just briefly.
Yeah, he probably is. He was in The Stand.
Yeah.
He was a big part in The Stand. He was also in Friday the 13th, the series. I'm sorry.
Did he have AIDS?
Hello, Tony. I'm Toby.
Tony.
Yes.
You know what? To be fair, Raph, you're right. I'm Toby.
Yes, Bushman. Here I am, the master chef of showmanship.
Look how he did.
How to turn those withered turkeys into a memorable movie.
Is that a withered turkey in the background? The film.
Hello, what do we have here? Warning, do not open.
He didn't say anything.
Hey, let me do that shit.
Oh, must be a private.
And then it's this weird porno.
Yuck. Get the vibes.
Wait. This is your idea of a porno?
What kind of pornos are you watching?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to judge, but that is
sadness.
When I hear ASMR, this is what I think of.
I saw the sadness.
What was it? I need to
You like it?
It was something.
Yeah, it was definitely something.
But if it's that scary, maybe we should show
This one could have used some of that gore.
Possessor.
Look at that dude. He's suggesting it subtly there. Like, we should just show this weird movie.
Back in the 60s.
I'm not a killer.
Once again, a red herring.
Make these weird avant-garde movies of each other staring into the camera, picking their noses, stuff like that. A lot of people were killed.
I love how this guy's like an instant expert on this too.
Is
I
he
just out of
Brady
nowhere.
Bunch?
Film one too, but I guess
He is like the president of the drama department or whatever. He's super qualified.
Yeah,
He's kind
sure.
of a big actor. He's been in a lot of. You can definitely tell. I'll put it this way: in Popcorn, you can definitely tell he's the absolute most polished actor in the entire movie.
Yeah. Sneaky D.
Mom?
That's my nickname in high school.
Bro, white lady just walking up to the theater with a gun.
Yeah, can we talk about this lady was open carrying in California in '91?
Yeah, no, they cut this part out, but a cop passes by and tells her to have a nice day.
she's one of the Californians that moved to Texas during COVID.
Wow. Hot take.
Joe Rogan's her favorite comedian.
So they could have done without that thing.
No.
I saved my son from
I
a
hated
rabid
the
dog.
name. I hated that name, Lanyard.
Why?
Why is that like is that a trigger word to you, bro?
It's just fucking dumb. Stupid fucking name.
The day he quit the
Lanyard.
job where he no longer had to wear one, he swore he'd never say that word again.
I swear, dude, I'm gonna be wearing, dude, Alex, I'm gonna be wearing lanyards throughout.
Who names their son Lanyard?
That's my maiden name, bro.
White people.
Movie party. Let's go.
I love this part.
This is like a music video just cut into the middle of this. I thought like Beavis
Yeah.
and Butthead were gonna pop up and be like,
Then it came out for 2.5 years later.
Oh, that looks so rad though.
That Seth Green?
What time does the first show
No.
start?
Check the shot clock, man. When
No.
it screams,
I do love that
feature,
that
B.
shot clock. That is
Oh, I was
awesome.
gonna say shot clock is the coolest.
Yeah.
Merch.
Absolutely. I love
If they
the
remake
shot
this
clock.
movie, they gotta get Bobby Moynihan to play the cripple.
Absolutely.
What? The Crip?
Hypocrite. Bad guy.
Well, they already made it. It's called Scary Movie.
Shocking this possessor, Sarah.
Possessor.
Sarah.
Dude, here's one thing we know this movie is definitely 90s. Look at those bangs. She's like she's normal. You look at them bangs.
That's just filmed in Denton.
It's still a bow cut.
She probably just went through a breakup, dude, so it's all right.
Let's all go to the. Let's all go to the lobby.
Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a
Silence your cell phones.
Don't mind if I do.
Such is 91, dude.
Silence your beepers.
Yeah,
Silence your
beepers. Beepers are around back then. It's like whatever. Silence your car phones.
Mosquito sucks.
Oh, that's awesome.
So good. This was a cooler effect than anything in the movie.
Yeah, agreed. Mosquito kills.
Dope.
That's fun.
Nice.
Homeboy has to have a pretty solid understanding of electronics in 1991 to be able to reprogram his controller to like override the original controller to make this go. That's where I kind of lost it with the reality of this movie, if I'm being honest.
That's where you lost
Wow,
it.
They also installed like a whole electrical system into a bunch of chairs. And,
Well, hold on, hold on.
Switches.
Hold on, Alex. There's a movie that came out about 2 years later called Matinee, where they literally, that was the whole movie industry back in the 50s and 60s, where like producers of certain movies would come in and they would engineer the entire theater to be an experience. Granted, this movie can't be one of those. Sorry, but boom, let's go.
Lucky Schmack. That was like punch.
Hey man, you're in my seat.
It is the judgment and sentence of this court.
Eat shit, asshole. You want to repeat that, pal?
You.
Huh?
He was gonna fuck him, right?
Yeah, oh, totally.
Oh yeah.
I said, eat shit, asshole.
That's like a tall Alex right there.
This dude is like the most out of place though. Like the big thuggish guy, everybody else is having a good time and like relatively in good spirits, and he's just like stealing people's girlfriends and like trying to fight.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah.
The way he beast moded down the aisle, and he's just like, "You're my bitch now," and she was like, "All right." Best actor in the movie, 100%. He's the landlord.
My corpuscles in the blood.
Very good, Vernon.
You want to inject me with this corpuscle. See if I can survive the chair. Is that it?
He's like a weird version of Willem Dafoe, and I kind of love it.
It is.
I ain't going to heaven, Bobby.
But I'll say hi to your
I'll have
dad.
to say hello to your daddy.
Best line in the movie, man.
Kelly Jo Minner, man, your thing.
Bimbo.
It's peeling.
Dude, the effects on this one are cool.
How about a quickie?
I like this
Right here,
this a
with
lot.
just that little screen between us and
I like how she was just like, oh, it's a little herpy. Hee hee.
everybody always wonders how
This
I
was
get
the
those
best
straight
gore.
A's.
Yeah.
I keep telling them I do lots of
That's not even really.
Does he look like the Brady Bunch right there?
He does look like the Brady Bunch. He looks like Bobby Brady.
But let's talk about this. The fact that that's the real actor, but he's got that little fucking tiny little imperfection. And we're like, oh, well, no, that's Skiller. Like, yeah, that's Toby.
That's a great effect.
Awesome.
Yeah, great reveal of the main villain, too.
But that's not the killer. That's Tony Parks or whatever his name is playing
Right, but
that
when
role.
he peels his face off.
Especially at the end when they do it where he's like doing the constant switch. It's like the actors are like switching in and out with each other, which is really cool.
Less is more.
I like that little piece hanging off in there. Tina puppet.
Tina, you scared
This
me.
was great.
Are you okay?
Very, very Clue-like.
Very Clue-like.
Yeah.
Oh, great movie.
What
Great
are you doing
pool.
up here? Securing the mosquito.
Just being dirty.
Listen, did you see anybody come into the box office after I left?
Mr. Davis.
Where'd he go?
Just left.
Damn it. Well, maybe I could still
I love that
catch
she
him.
buys it.
Tina should start eating better. She looks like shit.
Crispy wheels.
Got
my brakes.
This is cute, Tina, but I have a queue in 5 minutes. Okay. Very kinky. What do you have?
Oh my god. Super kinky.
I thought this whole scene was the best part.
The tension building is great. It's really good.
This might be the best effects in the entire movie.
And the build-up too.
Dude, 91, that's pretty goddamn good.
I don't know. He was kicking his legs there.
Whatever, bro.
James Wan saw this and was like, I'm going to build a whole career off of this.
91 he's disintegrated. That's pretty good.
Toby.
Oh, Toby.
I'm Toby.
Yeah, that's a good one right here.
Oh. The ear hanging off and shit.
You'll have to forgive the sloppy craftsmanship. Actually, it takes hours every morning to prepare the perfect Toby.
Reminded me of Mission Impossible. Oh, yeah.
This is your work. You don't like it, huh? You don't have to look. Don't look at me.
Right. Pause slightly. Pause slightly.
This is your work.
Zach, pause.
There you go.
Another movie came out around this time. It's called Little Monsters.
Oh,
that's a good one. Fred Savage.
Fred
Savage.
Yeah.
And do you remember the bad guy from that movie?
Yes.
Like how he actually also kind of looks like this guy?
Yeah.
Because you have the background noise. I don't know, but I think it might be somewhat related.
Am I tripping?
Terrified me.
Is it Howie Mandel? The
he's a monster.
in
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
But no, I'm talking about the main bad guy. The main bad guy had that weird fucking
neck.
Like, yeah, I'm telling you, thinking. Boom.
Don't have to look. Don't.
That's pretty good right there.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me.
Rick Sanchez.
Listen, Morty, we gotta stop this popcorn shit from going. We gotta get some Szechuan sauce.
Bro, why would you
I'm
just
fixing her leg because I'm trying to save this universe.
Hey!
Oh God!
I feel like in the event that this started happening, I would find a way to get my ass over that stall.
Yeah.
You could just go underneath it, bro. Why didn't he go underneath
They
it?
never actually show underneath it, so I can't say that that's open, but you could definitely get over the top.
It's kids from the 90s. They couldn't.
100%. Rick Sanchez was ripped out of popcorn.
She's in love.
What do you think?
About what?
Toby.
This was so great.
Does he like me?
I'm going through my own shit.
I do.
What's wrong with your voice? You sound so weird.
All he needed was a good fuck, and he missed.
Look, I got my own problems. Just leave me alone, all right?
I got my own problems.
Overacting supreme.
He does have. This is like where he's like Jim Carrey, like the Riddler for a little bit.
Or like,
yeah.
like the butcher from Gangs of New York, very Daniel Day-Lewis kind of energy.
Whoopsie daisy. I also like that he's rocking the Jerry Seinfeld fucking shirt.
Yours is a bitch too.
Well, he was 38 when that scene happened. So he's like, oh man, he's like 3.5 years older than Daniel Day-Lewis. He's obviously a lot older than them, and like he's already got his whole face mapped out. But yeah, like he is well within like his final days of dying.
No, he wasn't. Not right there. That was makeup.
Hold on. So, like, when he was all messed up there, like he knew that like they'd be okay with him because he didn't have anything like exposed or anything. Trust me. So, like, he knew that like this was going to be his like magnum opus of like this movie. So, granted, 4 years later he died, but like he knew this was like his like. This is his scene. Go on.
Murder.
The fuck did he stab her, dummy?
That's a watermelon.
Yes!
Fucking Gallagher?
Kill the wench, but not dear friends without the approval and the approbation of you, my audience.
Even back to us talking about if we were at this thing, all of us would have been like, "Yeah, kill that bitch!
Fucking
Kill
get her!
her!
That's the same exact thing.
Let me do it.
The daring rescue.
I really thought he was
just
gonna
falls
break
and breaks
before.
his neck right there.
What an asshole.
I love that the bumbling idiot boyfriend kind of low-key saved the day, though.
Okay. Hear me out. In a movie that you'd have seen back in the day, that guy would have taken out Don Villard, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
But yet he took out boxes.
He's still bumbling.
Why do you think that was?
Yeah.
That like again. That's like we're gonna take out boxes. Fuck you, John Villard. We're gonna take out boxes, not you. Like I'm telling you, man. That was.
But then, did you see what the mosquito did to him?
We're watching it right now.
Can we also
It fucked him through
acknowledge
the
back
chest.
back in the day there was the myth that mosquitoes transmitted AIDS?
Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh.
It's
That
like
was
an
a big-
onion, man. You're pulling back the layers.
Joey, you are not you like Joey. Like I get it, but like, dude, like that's why he didn't fuck up Don Villard. He fucked up the boxes. Like, dude, that's.
But look at him now, though. He's about to get fucked up by this mosquito.
I'm talking about the mosquito.
Nice dummy.
Stuntman.
I would really like a reggae version of "Shot to the Heart" right here.
look at everything they made. Like the Iron Maiden that they made him deal with her through, so like he would never actually touch her. Like, look at all of that shit. Look at all that shit that you saw at the end of that movie. That's very indicative of the way the world was in 1991.
Mm-hmm.
The end.
Did you hear me? Another movie. Everything is a movie to me.
Yeah, well, let's make the next one a comedy, okay?
Would you hold me?
Oh,
So he was trying to cheat on her, and then she's still gonna fuck him?
Yeah, dude. Well, she was a virgin, remember?
You clumsy whore.
Yeah, after all that, she's a virgin. All right, y'all, that was the midnight movie Popcorn. So we got to do recommendations. My first recommendation will be, Jay already said it, Matinee, starring John Goodman. Came out in
1992.
And it is a hell of a fun movie. I watched this on cable back in the day, and I've been wanting to see it ever since. So hopefully we'll get around to it sometime in the future. But I definitely say check it out. It is a fun movie along the same vein as this one. So definitely check it out. The second one I'm going to say we're going to check out would be The Last Action Hero.
Oh, I was there with that too, baby.
It is a movie theater movie. It is a meta movie, and they jump in the screen, and then they come out of the screen, and it's fucking awesome all around. And I hate the fact that people don't like this movie because I think this movie is fucking.
It's a good movie. Yeah.
It's fun.
Hey, Doc, you were 8 when this movie came out. This movie sucked.
The kid was a good actor. The kid was a good actor too.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I
watched it recently, and I mean like a couple months ago, and I still enjoyed the shit out of it. And I did see it when I was like 7 the first time. Though.
Yeah, I got you.
I think it spoke to me because I was younger too. Exactly. So, all right, who's got a recommendation?
It's a movie that makes fun of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Like that's the popcorn of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know.
It's a good recommend.
I mean, whatever.
I like the rec.
Whatever. It's all good.
All right, Miles, what you got?
So, Ducky, you brought up earlier the Vincent Price, the House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah, House on the Haunted Hill. Yeah.
I'm actually going to recommend the 1999 remake of that movie for a couple of reasons. One of them,
yes,
hell yeah, dude. One of them being that the director of the one you mentioned, the 1959 version, is William Castle, and he's actually largely responsible for a lot of these like 4D movie attraction things. Like he did the Emergo, which was when they had, like you talked about earlier, like the skeleton would like appear. And the main character, Jeffrey Rush's character in the remake, the 99 version, is actually loosely based on him. And that's why he's doing like the Doom Tower, like haunted attractions and all that good shit. Yo, Jay, what up, buddy?
Dark Castle was literally made to remake his movies.
Fucking A, dude. There you go.
Wow.
See? But yeah, so House on Haunted Hill 99 version.
Right on. Who's next?
Yeah, I want to recommend Mars Attacks. Love that movie.
Fuck yeah.
Only if Jay whispers into your recommendation.
What do you think about Mars Attack, Jay?
No, I'm saying Dark Castle was literally made to remake William Castle movies like House on Hill, and then also Ghost Ship and a few others. But
Ghost Ship was good.
I heard there was actually a limited release with the 99 version. Like some theaters actually had like some smell-o-vision cards and some various like 4D effects that they tried in various markets.
House on Haunted Hill 1999 is one of my absolute favorite William Castle movies ever.
Yeah,
that's a phenomenal movie.
That's on my list of future recommendations. So it sounds like we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I watched it. It was shit. Who's next?
We're definitely going for it then.
Yeah,
I want to watch it on Duck's birthday.
Oh snap! All right, who's next? Who's next for the recommendation? Who's got one?
I want to recommend Pieces. It's like a Spanish grindhouse slasher flick. It's so fucking good. You don't have to go to Texas for a chainsaw massacre.
Yeah, dude, I saw previews for that. That looks fucking awesome. So
yeah,
Pieces.
All right,
love Pieces.
Yeah.
All right, Joey, what you got?
The Tina the Puppet scene just made me, and I brought it up earlier, and I'm gonna record it. It's a classic whodunit, Clue, man. It's one of my favorite movies.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite. It's got comedy, it's got murder, it's got everything. It's got two endings. I'm gonna recommend Clue. After saying that, I'm gonna go watch it after this. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. So.
Yo.
3 endings. Yeah.
3 endings, Brett.
Yeah, 3 endings. Hobby, what you got for your recommendation?
My recommendation, like based off, I was just going based on those campy movies and those movies within a movie. I want to suggest if you like campy B horror movies that are just poorly done but so much fun, I recommend Inhumane Witch. It's essentially about an astronaut that gets stuck in a radiation storm in space, and he merges with his sloppy Joe, and then he comes back to Earth as a giant thing of chopped meat that eats people, and they got to stop. It's so good.
I want to see that.
I hope that sandwich was like processed from the rubber from,
and it's in black and white too, so it's so good.
Oh, you gotta send that trailer in the group chat. I want to send that trailer.
Yeah.
All right. And finally, the undisputed champion of this podcast, 100% Jay. What is your recommendation?
All right, guys. We're gonna watch a fun movie next time. This has to be a midnight movie, but it's got to be Sundown, Vampire, and Retreat. Now, this movie came out in 1990, a little before this one. It stars Bruce Campbell and John, I think it's David Carradine, where they go to a vampire town in a sleepy desert town where the vampires have now forgone. No, hear me out. They've forgone devouring human blood. Now they went to devouring synthetic processed blood. And you might have heard about this series on HBO called True Blood. Completely ripped off this movie. And this movie is from 1990. It's called Sundown, Vampire, and Retreat. It is a phenomenal movie. It's campy as shit.
What's it called?
Sundown Vampire Retreat.
Sundance?
Sundown.
Oh.
Vampire Retreat. It is a phenomenal movie. They actually, after Armored and Darkness, they used Bruce Campbell as a marketing ploy for this movie. But it's a phenomenal movie.
Does he play Ash?
Nope. He plays the descendant of Van Helsing, though, which is actually pretty awesome. And this movie came out the same year as Armored Darkness.
What was that?
Ducky, I'm sorry, but can I make one more recommendation?
Sure.
I recommend that next time we do a midnight movie, we all take a shot anytime Jay teaches us something.
Yes.
and we take two. And we take two anytime he says, "Hear me out."
We're gonna be
fucked. For those of us not trying to be sober and whatever.
I can't drink. I'll have to do. I'll do a whip it. I'll do a whip it.
Like, okay,
hear me out,
Joey. You're gonna OD.
It's just going to be a lack of oxygen situation because you're going to be doing nothing but those.
They're twitching.
Raph,
look, I'm sorry, guys. Can I talk to y'all about something a little bit serious for a sec?
Sure.
For 19 years, I have been a part of the Addison Improv, and we just found out today that Sean Trainer is leaving us after 21 years. And so he's got about 2 weeks left. But I'm just saying, like, I'm going to miss him a lot. Sean's taught me a lot over this past, 20 years. And now I have to move on without him. We're moving on to a new era. He's found a phenomenal gig doing what he does. So, like, one of the things that's been going on this past week, Billy took off for a week, and like I had Austin here on Friday and Saturday, and all these other things. But I had a very not necessarily a depressing week, but after everything, after today with the first Monday, I got to be here, and then all of a sudden we did popcorn night. Tonight was a very special treat for all of you.
Yeah, dude.
Joey,
yeah.
Alex, Miles, Raphael. Who are you, Duck? You're kind of cool. But no, seriously, guys. Just want to let you all know this was a very, very special treat for me. I love doing this entire podcast with all y'all.
Yes.
Granted, I'm sorry if I was a dick. I really am.
No, dude, you were amazing.
We had a fucking blast, dude.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Trust me. Guess what, dude? Like, dude, here's the thing. Like, here's the thing about me when it comes to I didn't ask for this memory. I promise you. I promise all y'all. But I really do mean that. But this was so much fun.
Yeah.
This made my night.
Fuck yeah.
You guys are phenomenal.
And you being drunk made our night too.
Dude,
just so
this
you know.
was fun. I was legit serious when I said I was really glad we did this midnight podcast idea. I love this. This is super cool.
It's so great.
I'm not even that mad that I have to be up at 6 a.m. Like,
oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's close.
I almost think that drunk podcast might be the best podcast.
I don't know about that, but
I'm trying to agree with that.
Because when I get drunk, I lose my way sometimes. I'm just like, holy shit. But anyhow, Raph, tell them where they can find you on the internet.
RFLSON on YouTube. Thank you guys.
All right, Alex, tell them where they can find you on the internet.
Just follow me at Action Bastard Reviews on Instagram. I'll have something.
Javi, tell them where they can find you.
You can find my art at Javi Bear Studios on Instagram and TikTok.
All right, Miles, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me everywhere online at Mr. Mo Stays Off, and you can check out my Simpsons podcast at Best Darn Diddly.
Joey, where can they find you?
Joey Quits Comedy on everything, and I have a podcast I do at Hyenas, Basement Manifesto. And just to echo Jay's point, you guys know I've had a dog shit week too, pun I guess intended. And this is the first kind of thing I've got to do with comedians all week, and it ruled. So thanks for letting me be a part of this. I have fun doing this every week. So.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. And finally, you can find us at wearepodcast.podbean.com, where you can find all the podcasts. Check us out on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, / We Are Podcast. And finally, you can find us every Monday for Camp / Horrorcast, where we talk more horror movies from the past, live at 8 p.m. Central. Next week will be Idle Hands, which will be Miles' pick.
Yes.
Fuck yes.
Idle Hands is the shit, so I can't wait to watch that with you guys. With that said, keep horror in your heart.
Keep it in your
heart. And I will cut the feed. Thank you so much again, everybody, for being here. And
cut the feed for some J After Dark.
Fucking J After Dark. You got all the stories.
Guys, I did not intend to get struck tonight. I had some fun.
And there it is. Thank you again so much for checking out the podcast today. If you enjoyed it, head over to your favorite podcast app, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and iTunes, and give We Are Podcast Network a like. And since this is Camp / Horrorcast, if you want to check us out live, we will be on Twitch and YouTube every Monday at 8 p.m. Central Time. You can find us at twitch.tv / We Are Podcast Network and youtube.com / We Are Podcast Network. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, you're going to love the other podcasts here on the We Are Podcast Network. We have We Are Air, where we talk movies, entertainment, whatever the fuck we want to talk about. That's me, that's Jake, and that's Javi. We're breaking down that pop culture, and we're having so much fun. And don't forget to check out We Are Bagu, a video game podcast, where we talk Atari to Steam and everything in between. That's me and Dr. Ethan Eastwood breaking down all that video game lore, heroes, Gyros, dungeons, and distractions side quests. Me and the boys were playing some D&D. You can start that one from Season 1, Episode 1. It's a blast the whole way through. And I Hate Being Sober. Personal stories from epic people. I sit down with some of my favorite people of all time. We talk about their trials, their tribulations, and their journey this far. Also, check the links in the description for our social media. You can find us at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at / We Are Podcast Network. With that said, hopefully we see you in the live stream.